Today I'm going to show you one example of complex patterns of inheritance. By the end of this tutorial, you'll begin to understand how a phenotype is affected by many different factors. A phenotype is a physical expression or a characteristic of a trait, such as brown hair or blue eyes. A phenotype can depend on interactions of alleles. An allele is one form of a gene. Many genes have two alleles, one dominant, one recessive, in which the recessive alleles are masked or covered up by the dominant alleles. However, in incomplete dominance, neither allele is completely dominant nor completely recessive. Let's review a couple of terms, heterozygous and homozygous. Although they sound similar, their differences are determined by their prefixes, hetero meaning different, homo meaning the same. Heterozygous refers to having two different alleles, such as capital R and little r. Homozygous refers to having two of the same alleles, such as capital R, and little r, little r. A heterozygous phenotype is intermediate between the two homozygous phenotypes. This can be illustrated with the flowers. The heterozygous phenotype is shown here as the pink flower. It's an intermediate or a blending between the two homozygous phenotypes, shown here as the red and the white flower. The homozygous parental phenotypes, shown here as the P generation, as the red flower and the white flower, these phenotypes are not seen in the F1 or first generation offspring. Instead, what we see is an intermediate or a blending resulting in a pink flower. So that, my friends, in a nutshell, is one example of one factor that affects phenotype.